It's the first ECW with CM Punk as the brand new champion. Punk has a gift for the ECW general manager ESTRADA, but unfortunately ESTRADA doesn't have a gift in terms of new opponents for CM Punk. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. It is the ECW review for one of the worst dates in the calendar year, 9/11. And that pretty much sums up this main event that we get tonight. CM Punk is in the main event, but he's in the main event with three guys that he has literally faced like 1 billion times over the past couple of months. And we'll talk more about the main event when we get there, but it's like CM Punk's first run as the champion, the first show as the champion, and they started with him being in a match against guys that he spent the last like 3 months whooping their ass and getting about 10 million pinfalls over. So that I thought was a little bit, lackluster. It's kind of like watching the same ECW on repeat. But ESTRADA comes out, Punk comes out. ESTRADA's like, hey, CM Punk, amigo, I've always been a big fan of you. See, even though ESTRADA was always on like Team Morrison over the past couple of weeks, ESTRADA now trying to kiss the ass of CM Punk. Punk's not really buying it, but he's buying it for now. He's like, oh, great, you're my fan. Well, I've got a gift for you. And CM Punk gives him this new CM Punk, brand new CM Punk t-shirt that you can get from WWE Shop, or at least you could like 16 years ago, but you could get it for like $12.99 or $19.99, whatever obscene price they charge for their shirts. CM Punk gives them the shirt, and ESTRADA's like, for me? And he's like, yeah, man, yes, for you, since you're such a big fan and all that, homie. And then he's like, you wouldn't be lying to me about that, would you? And ESTRADA's like, no, senor, me big fan. And then Punk slams the shirt onto his chest and is like, here, I'm going to do you one even better just for you. And he signs the shirt, CM Punk. And then he puts it on ESTRADA. So you've got ESTRADA who's out here dressed like $1 million. He's got the Cuban cigar. He's in the white suit. He's got the hat on. The guy looks great. And then he gets some shitty CM Punk shirt, like just thrown over his neck onto him. What a way to take the look off a guy that looks, like I said, great here.
Exactly. It'd been like replacing one of his Cuban cigars with an e-cig. Would have just hoovered the look clean off ESTRADA.
What a downgrade. This brings out Elijah Burke, though. Elijah Burke. Well, first of all, ESTRADA says, here, Punk, here's your new challenger for the belt come the pay-per-view. And then Elijah Burke comes out. ESTRADA stands at ringside. Burke comes and says he's more talented, he's a better wrestler, he's more charismatic, he's a better talker, he's more rougher and tougher, and basically everything CM Punk is, Elijah Burke is better at that. Punk doesn't really agree. Burke starts pushing Punk on the chest, and then Punk hits Elijah Burke with like a side kick, super kick, and it sends Burke out the ring, and then Burke is like, I don't know, regrouping with ESTRADA as if ESTRADA's going to come to his aid, even though ESTRADA is just a GM, he's just a Cuban GM. He's not here to lay hands on anybody.
I don't know, man. I'm just sick of the same old people in this world title feud. I mean, as bad as Big Show was, I like the fact you had like Sabu and Van Dam in the title picture. I agree.
I feel like Van Dam and Sabu constantly getting title shots worked because it was like they never really got beat clean. There was always like some outside interference. Then as soon as Big Show did beat Sabu clean, that was kind of like Sabu done.
Yeah.
But with CM Punk, he's literally beaten Elijah Burke as little as like a couple of weeks ago. He beat him, I'm pretty sure, in a number one contenders match.
2 or 3 falls.
To get the shot, yeah, against Morrison. And he beat him not long ago before that. Then they announced tonight's main event. It's a tag team match between CM Punk and Stevie Richards versus former members of the New Breed, Elijah Burke and Kevin Thorne. Now, we've seen CM Punk versus Kevin Thorne a shitload of times. We've seen CM Punk versus Steven Richards even more times than that. They literally had like 4 matches in a row 1 month. And then we've seen CM Punk versus Elijah Burke a shitload of times too. We've seen Steven Richards and Elijah Burke have a lot of matches. And we've seen Steven Richards and Kevin Thorne basically wrestle each other for the last 6 weeks straight. So tonight's main event, it's like you're getting a who's who. It's like all these guys have been facing off. I think the only one-on-one match we haven't had is like Burke versus Kevin Thorne, but literally the other 3 have been having one-on-one matches for the past couple of months straight, forever.
I know, you need a different variety, man. I don't see why there can't be other people wung in. Like, look at The Miz. I think The Miz has got a lot of heat around him.
Yeah, I mean...
I don't see why The Miz couldn't be against Punk.
What about even Punk? I think even Punk and Balls Mahoney versus The Miz and Elijah Burke is a little bit more fresh.
Yep.
I just feel like... I don't feel like you could have picked a more boring main event here. Like I said, Punk's faced all three of these guys so many times, and we've seen Stevie Richards versus Kevin Ford.
How's Stevie Richards in the main event?
I'll show you. You'll see. Then we got Tommy Dreamer versus The Miz in the opener. Extreme Expose where we're The Miz. Tommy Dreamer, of course, loses because that's what Tommy Dreamer does.
He's got slicked back hair and he slicked back and lost it big time, my friend.
That's what I do. Tommy Dreamer, serial loser on EC. It's crazy that Tommy Dreamer actually wins the belt. Maybe another 2 years for now, but it's crazy that he actually wins it. By the time he won it, though, literally anyone decent on ECW had been moved to...
Yoshi fucking Tatsu is his nearest challenger.
Yeah, Miz beats Tommy Dreamer. Extreme Expose get in the ring. Celebrate, but Kelly seems a little bit reluctant. Have you noticed it's always Layla and Brooke that are like actually holding hands, holding the Miz's hands up, celebrating, and Kelly's always on like the other side of one of the women. So is that a sign that Kelly's not really into the Miz, doesn't really like the Miz?
I'd absolutely say that is so. She likes balls.
Balls Mahoney. Maybe because Balls Mahoney buys Kelly presents and the Miz buys her absolutely nothing. But maybe he could buy her a different first name or surname or something. But I kind of like the Kelly name. It works.
It's better than R. Kelly.
Well, that's true.
Miz Kelly.
Anything's better than R. I know, but not many names would work like that. Like Balls, Miz. Doesn't really work.
No.
Punk.
CM. Estrada sounds alright.
True, but
Burke.
I think Kelly out of them all is...
Stevie.
I think Kelly out of them all is the best. But yeah, Balls Mahoney has a present for Kelly.
It's a teddy bear. Nothing better than a teddy bear. She grabs it and then she's like, I have to go, Balls, because I'll take the present off you, but fuck you, buddy.
So she hoovers Balls Mahoney's present, and that's literally it. He gets fuck all back in return.
I mean, I don't know. I doubt Balls Mahoney bought this. He probably stole it from some junkie down an alleyway.
Hold on. It was a brand new teddy. It was immaculate. Why the hell would junkies down alleyways have teddies?
I was more making the fun out of Balls Mahoney, probably just being a junkie.
No, I mean, I could have bought he stole it, like, but I mean, down an alleyway? Could he not have, like, broke into like a crib or something, like a creche, nursery? Crib? I don't know.
A junkie breaking into a crib. You've heard it all here in ECW. That's Philadelphia for you.
Aye, then we get Matt Striker versus Nudesale. This match lasted like 20 seconds. I mean, if it was Nudesale versus Big Daddy Fee, I could accept that, but I mean, why is Matt Striker beating Nudesale in 20 seconds? Albeit he kind of used like his underhanded like smartness or whatever tactics.
Former social studies student from New York. What sort of way is that to bill someone? Why can't I just be a former teacher? Does it really matter if he was social studies or not?
Well, as long as it wasn't gender studies, that's all I care about.
Nah, Matt Striker's a good guy, folks.
Anyway, Nudesale stays in the ring. That's a mistake for him because Big Daddy Fee comes in and squashes him. Always nice seeing Big Daddy Fee just drop £500 of flab on some poor wee skinny guy. I don't know, maybe we're sick, but I don't know, it's nice watching Daddy Fee.
It's like the Goldberg spear. CC and Nunzio get crippled. Brilliant.
Nunzio's had a tough career, like when you think about it. Guy's been through a lot of shit.
Got his Rumble ball stole off by Kurt Angle. He's had a pretty shite career.
What number was that again?
I think it was 21.
Fuck, that's pretty high.
It was.
Nunzio could have won the Royal Rumble, went to Mania.
I doubt he'd have battled Shawn Michaels after he eliminated him, though.
Very true. Then we get Balls Mahoney versus... Oh, wait, the Boogeyman came on the screen eating some worms. And then he said he gave you like the Humpty Dumpty rhyme, but at the end it says that all the king's horses and all the king's men won't be able to put Big Daddy Fee back together again.
Yeah, a lot of fucking manpower, I tell you. To put him back together.
Damn. Next week, though, Big Daddy Fee versus Boogeyman. I mean, it could be a good match. I got a feeling it might just end up being a squash, but you never know. Maybe Boogeyman.
That spot he did a few weeks ago on the teacher's desk.
Damn near killed him.
2 of them.
See if you killed Boogeyman. See if you like did a see if Big Daddy Fee went to the top rope right and hit like a frog splash on Boogeyman. Do you think he would just burst into worms?
Be funny if he did.
His body would just like burst and worms.
Albert Wesker's fucking arm.
Aye, and worms would just fly everywhere.
Boros.
I don't know if that would happen or not. Then we get Balls Mahoney versus Mike Knox. It's the ex-boyfriend against the wannabe new boyfriend. I don't know what Balls Mahoney's
You just
chance...
need it Miz as special guest.
I don't... Triple fruit. I don't know what Balls Mahoney's chances are of being Kelly's new boyfriend, but his chances of beating Mike Knox are slim, because he loses. It's like, I think that's the first time we've seen Mike Knox in a while. Or has he been back a bit? Wait, did he not come out and attack them last week?
No, he's been there for I'd say he's been there about 3 weeks.
3 weeks? What's he been doing?
Kind of just doing this sort of stuff against Balls Mahoney.
He lost to CM Punk, did he not?
Yeah.
Oh, again, another guy that was sick of seeing CM Punk. CM Punk's literally beat everybody in ECW. I think that's a problem. I mean, should you not have made him champ then have him beat everybody?
I know.
I mean, he's literally beat all the guys.
But that's the thing, right? They should have pulled the trigger on him being the champ ages ago.
Well, Heyman wanted to do it at Elimination Chamber. Well,
I agree.
The Extreme Elimination Chamber, December to Dismember.
December to Dismember.
But yeah, who knows? But the thing is, I feel like ECW has kind of... It's kind of been hampered in a way that it's only had one pay-per-view since One Night Stand.
Yeah.
Albeit, yeah, it's been in the big ones, you know, SummerSlam and stuff like that, but that's only been the title match, really, that's got on that.
Yep.
It's like, it's only had one pay-per-view, so therefore, it's like, you feel like a lot of the feuds, because, like, we had the Matt Striker, Sandman feud, which I thought was really good. You had, like, Test feuding with, like, some originals. You had Knox and Punk basically feuding over Kelly. I feel like you've had a lot of good feuds, but they've just kind of, like, died out, because there's been no, like, final destination, so to speak.
I know, because I not remember even in the WWE game, they gave you like these super shows for ECW rather than a pay-per-view.
Yeah, I just feel like I feel like if ECW had pay-per-views or had like a special show, like maybe the rivalries would have had better endings. But CM Punk's literally rivaled with all these guys.
Yeah, like why couldn't they have just did like one ECW show every like month was just called like an old ECW name, like Anarchy Rules or Guilty as Charged, but it wasn't a pay-per-view, it was just like a...
Like TNA did?
Like a 2-hour edition. Aye,
yeah,
TNA
like a 2 hour split. I think something like that would have been good, and then you could have had these right because like, I thought Matt Striker Sandman's rivalry was great, but it kind of just fizzled out. It died out because there was like no pay-per-view in sight, and
I know,
it just died off, and again, same with CM Punk and Mike Knox fighting over Kelly. It kind of just literally like died out or whatever, but Mike Knox wins. Mike Knox beats up Balls Mahoney. Kelly was watching backstage with Extreme Expose, not happy that our Teddy Giver had lost. Then we get into the main event, CM Punk and Richards versus Elijah Burke and Kevin Thorne. I mean, not a lot to say really. Like I said, this combination of 4 has been done over and over again. I'm actually sick of seeing this 4. I actually don't want to see CM Punk versus Elijah Burke. It's like probably the least appealing title match I could think of.
I know the thing is, this match could have been 5 stars. I just wouldn't have cared about it. Not agree?
Yeah, it's like, see, instead of... maybe Mike Knox isn't really at that level, but see, instead of having Mike Knox come back after like 3 months away and job out to CM Punk in his first match back, like, why not have maybe Mike Knox come out? Because I know he attacked CM Punk on his return, didn't he? Then he faced him the next week.
Yep.
Can you not wait it until maybe CM Punk won the belt and then have Knox come out and attack him, be like, you stole my girlfriend or whatever, and now I'm going to steal your championship?
Aye, something like that.
And then have, obviously, Punk's first defence be against Knox, and it feels a bit more fresh.
I guess they would just never really stick Mike Knox on a pay-per-view one-on-one match, would they?
Well, maybe not after the way DX buried him at Survivor Series. Who is this guy? Oh, he's in the match?
Shawn Michaels is the man.
Done him fucking dirty, like.
Done him fucking unreal.
Anyway, CM Punk and Richards get the win. CM Punk hits the go-to-sleep on Kevin Thorne. I mean, how many times have we seen Punk hit a go-to-sleep on Thorne or Richards or Elijah Burke? I mean, it's just...
I know. Oh.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep on fucking repeat. It's a joke.
It's not even like Punk's mic work here is brilliant.
Yeah, it's probably the worst mic run of his career. Like, it doesn't really say much.
Which is understandable, but it's not even... I wouldn't even say it's good.
No, I mean, it's average or whatever. But anyway, Punk and Richards win, and the show goes off the air. We have Unforgiven this week. I mean, you know what? Maybe it's just because Punk wins, and then you've got a pay-per-view. Then the very next show, it's like they haven't got time to build. I mean, it's literally... How can we get excited about this? The match is happening on Sunday.
I know, literally. And
basically, Punk's been beating Burke the entire time, right? And then they come in on a tag team match and Punk's team wins again. It's like, shouldn't Burke have won the night?
I know, literally.
Even if they beat Richards.
Yeah.
Like, who's going into Unforgiven thinking...
Even if they beat Richards, well, who else is taking the fucking pin, man?
Who else is taking that big fat L?
Right, I'm rating this show... I'm giving it a 2.
Ooh, 2.
It wasn't good.
I thought the opener was alright. I like Estrada.
But what was it?
Emmanuel Estrada. I don't know. He took a gift. He took the t-shirt and then fucked off. Anyway, guys, that's it. You know what? I'll give it a 3. I think a 2's a little bit harsh. Not that a 3's great. So
2.5. It gets a 4 out of 10.
I mean, this is proof that we don't always just like rate old shows better. Because I'm pretty sure I've gave some SmackDowns a 4 and some NXTs like a 4 recently.
Well, there you go.
There you go. There you go, guys. 2.5 out of 10. Till next time. Peace. This is extremely crappy wrestling.